Hiya, Pete. How you doing, buddy boy? Hope you're well. Nice and sunny down here on the old south coast. I mean, she's warm. She's warm, warm, warm. Hopefully my internet will hold up. I've got 2 bars on, which is showing it's not too bad. I thought I'd get a live stream done before the old kids get in, before the old Xbox gets turned on, all that sort of good stuff. I'm just currently working on a picked up a Titan long reach hedge trimmer. Picked it up from a town up near me, Waterlooville, which is not very far away. Wasn't too expensive, to be fair. They go for about, down this neck of the woods, they sell for about 130, 120 quid. I think you can get them from new for about 150, somewhere in there. I might be wrong. But this has done nothing at all. You blokes had it, and he's used it once. Literally used it once, and literally, and you can just tell, Pete, literally, you know, by the air filter, the whole condition of the whole machine, it hasn't been used at all. But unfortunately, the one time he did use it, he's now left the he's left the fuel in there, but it runs, you know, as in it actually physically runs, but it just bogs down as soon as you whack the old trigger. So I'm hoping it is just going to be bad fuel and just a general clean. But unfortunately, as I say, he has left the fuel in there. He's topped it up with good fuel, which I can see. But literally, this is absolutely pristine condition, and I mean pristine. I'm surprised it didn't come with a box. So I just want to have it apart to see what's going on. It's priming as it should do. Anything else, I'm guessing just a bit of a blockage in there, maybe. Yeah, it is a nice find. Let me try and show you. There it is. So a bit of dirt on the backwards as well, scraped it on the floor, but apart from that, mate, the manifold is still silver and lovely and clean. The carburetor is absolutely immaculate. It's done nothing at all. So, and you can buy the attachments for it. I'm sure I've got a hedge trimmer, another hedge trimmer attachment over there somewhere for it, which I think is a better head for it. So, I might, well, if I can get it running, it'd be cool. I might even keep it myself, actually, because as you know, I've got quite a big hedge down the side of my garden, so I might even keep it myself and see how we get on. Wobbly, howdy, yeah, it goes okay, mate. We're experiencing some really nice weather here. We've had about 3 or 4 days of absolutely shocking weather, but today the sun has come out with a vengeance, and it's about 25 degrees, 26 degrees over here, which is nice. Makes a change. I hope it will, Pete. Yeah, I hope it will fire up. Which is weird because that chainsaw I worked on the other day, I haven't seen the video to that yet. I've got a chainsaw in the other day, which is it's like a B&Q, you know, sort of thing you pick up at B&Q. It's nothing special. I had that running sweet as a nut, and then bloke kind of pick it up, and it embarrassed me. But they do that, don't they? So I've got it running since. He's now had it back. I had to get some new diaphragms for it. That's what was causing the issue. So yeah, I'm good. Did you get any cleaner? Mrs. P has just been paid, and she's on about ordering it very, very soon. But shock, horror! I'm not even messing with you. Look what's in my shop: carburetor cleaner. I went and picked some up because of that chainsaw. You know what two strokes are like? You know, they can be a bit finicky, and I tend to have better results with just WD-40 on 4-stroke stuff, and better results with carb cleaner on 2-stroke stuff. So I picked up some carb cleaner, so just to really give them carbs a good clean. But yeah, the ultrasonic cleaner should be all any day soon. To be fair, I've managed for years without one, Pete, but they reckon they change your life, don't they? Yeah, they can be a swine, and that's why I'm not overly keen on them, because you know you think it's you, don't you? You know, you think, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, everything else I've seen the touch turns to gold. And then you get a 2-stroke, and it don't want it. But to be fair, I've just had a load of stuff come in, which is now just gone. Actually, funny enough, I had a Tim McCulloch piece of equipment, a chainsaw, and a hedge cutter, a Flower Beast or Bast multi-tool, a Stihl MS 390, and a Mountfield mower, and with one other bit of kit. Oh, a Stihl FS 80. So it's 6 items in and 6 items running, and only one of them is a 4-stroke. So I can't be doing too bad. But you know what it goes like. They can be a bit finicky. That's why I'm not overly keen on doing them. Ever worked on an American Lawn Boy 2-stroke mower? Pick one up which starts and cuts, but self-drive isn't working. I haven't worked on a Lawn Boy one. We've got ones over here which are quite common. A lot of 2-stroke stuff is gone now. You don't see a lot of them. We have ones called Victors over here, which are a flathead 2-stroke engine, and they're not a bad little mower. I've had 2 or 3 in. But if it starts and cuts, it's going to be fuel. There is a silly diaphragm on lots of the 2-stroke stuff. It's like a big flat washer about the palm of my hand size. They tend to fail quite a lot. So it may just pay just to invest in a new carburetor if you can get one cheap enough. If you can't get one cheap enough, and go down the gasket diaphragm road, definitely worth doing. A lot of 2-stroke stuff, it's straight away it's going to be replace the diaphragms. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Pete. You know, I don't often use carb cleaner, and people do rib me for it. But as I say, I do have quite a bit of good success without it, which is more than what I can say. They're trying to get this fuel line off, so it's going to get snipped. This it's over return. Hi, Snobby. How are you doing? I see that video the other week. With my sticker. Did you see the one I did for you, buddy? Yeah. Always to take the fuel cap off. Otherwise, you end up squirting fuel everywhere, don't you? See, live TV, innit? My signal. I've still got 2 bars. Let me know if I drop out. I may drop out, but I can't odds it. I see a video from Roy's the boy the other day about a signal relay device. I might pick one of them up. Where do I get most of my stuff from, Mick? Car boots, auctions, Facebook. Yeah, I literally, I pick it up all over the shop, but I've now been running for about 5 years. Let me know if that signal does drop out. I'll have to come out of the hangout, out of the live stream, but hopefully it'll hold up. I've got 2 bars on, which is generally quite steady, but my router is right on the other side of the house. So most of my stuff I get Yeah. Now I've been running a few years. I mean, I've been doing lawnmowers and bits and pieces for years, but a lot of stuff I now get is part exchanges, which is nice because the mowers all come to you, you know. So, but yeah, Facebook Marketplace is absolutely flooded with stuff. Absolutely flooded. Cool, Pete. Um, and lots of people are doing it, but lots of people are not servicing the equipment, which is something I do. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see I service all my equipment, all my plant. But lots of people are running stuff out, and they get a lawnmower from a car boot sale, say, you know, and pick it up for a tenner. They get it running, good on them, but then they let themselves down by not servicing it. You know, but all my kit service tested. I run all my kit for 20 minutes. I know it definitely does run. It's not yet. You in the shed? Is it warm in there? Yeah. It's warm. I've actually had to take down one of my lights. It might be a bit darker in here on more videos. I took down one of my light sets because the heat coming off of one of them things plus what's outside was too much. So I've taken one of my lights down, disconnected it for now. I've had a good tidy up as well, real good tidy up. I've now got bulk of my shed floor space back since the hay has been done, and I'm getting ready to move down the bottom of my garden. So I might have to get some proper internet put in down there for the future. Australia. Hiya, Dan. How are you doing? Yeah, another upload. I don't do a lot of live streams, but I do the odd one or two. I don't do many of them. But it's nice to see you from over the other side of the old world there. I'm just working on a carburetor at the moment. I bought a hedge trimmer, one of the long reach ones. It's not on brand new. It's done nothing. It is hot. It is hot. Snobs. Why do you think you're not going to see anything below my waist? It is warm, bruv. It is really warm. So I'm just literally just taking this carburetor apart at the moment, and it's really, really clean on the outside. It's not even done any work at all. So I'm hoping to get away with a quick little sneaky fix here. Lives, hobbies, and happenings. You're on your lunch break. I missed yours the other day. I've got you all set up for bell notification, all that old stuff, and I seen you did a live stream just the other day. Was it yesterday actually? Doing yesterday? Didn't see the notification. I might have been head down in a carburetor somewhere, but I haven't yet watched it. But at the time when it came out, I was actually just in the shack, so I could have just turned that on. I want to take a photograph of that. That doesn't quite seem quite right to me. Where's the old dog and bone here? That don't seem quite right. That seems like it's been put in wrong, which just doesn't make sense. He says he's only had it running once from brand new, but they also, don't they? They also, oh yeah, I've only had it running once. And one careful lady owner and all that stuff. We got for your lunch then, Luke. Did you make a vid about your work trolley? No, I haven't done it yet. I will do that. No, that's a simple one actually. I'll do that. Wobbly, not a problem. I'll get that done. To be fair, they're not that. There's not that much to them. If you're any good with angle iron or welding, I think you could probably get away and do one yourself. You know, all you want's a ram. But yeah, I'll do a video. Yeah, not a problem. I do keep forgetting, but you know, it's like trying to run your own channel whilst trying to keep up with everybody else. Because I like watching YouTube videos, and trying to keep up with everybody else it's really tough. Do you buy all your parts off eBay, or is there websites like carburetors and fuel lines? Well, I will plug the company that I purchased a lot of mine from, and I'm not affiliated, and I don't receive any sort of recognition. In the UK over here, if you're in the UK, we got a firm called Garden Hire Spares, or Garden Hires Spares, which are really, really, really good, and they do tend to have bulk of the stuff in. That diaphragm looks fantastic. Actually, I'm not seeing any reason why this little machine don't want to fire up. That goes on there. You have to bear with me. Just right in the middle of the old open heart surgery and the old carburetor. I won't leave it be. Yeah, or just bung me a text. That'd be cool. Just say live in 10, Luke. That'd be cool. You know, it's like you're busy. I'm busy. Everyone's busy. But I do like to catch up with people if I can, especially if you just doing a live in the old van, eating your meal deal. Yeah, that's cool, Wobbly. No worries. Yeah, I will get onto it. I will get onto it. You might have to remind me another 3 times, but I will do it. It's not a hard video to do. To be fair, that'd be quite a quick, easy video. To be fair, I've had it fixed as well because it did break on me when I first had it. Yes, Pete, they are actually. I find them good, but Luke's got something to say about it. I think. Guy says I had hassle with sending something back, so I still buy from them, but through eBay because of returns is easier. Yeah, I've never had to return anything. To be fair, I do find some of their customer support a little bit on the vague side, and they tend to throw you over to the shop, which is nice because you want to be dealing with the person that knows. It's like that. I've got that. What is it? Honda Pro engine out there, and I Honda 553. When I wanted the height adjustment for that, the woman said, "No, don't do it. Can't get it. Obsolete. Don't work no more," and all sort of stuff. And bugger me, spoke to the bloke in the workshop. And he said, "Well, that should fit it. You might have to modify it," which is what I like to hear. You know, if it don't work, is one thing, but if you can modify something, if it means just putting a grinder to it, just to make it work. I can see me putting this screwdriver straight from my hand in a minute, because that is not designed to come out of there. What's that all about? Yeah, if you've got to modify something, chop a bit off, grind a bit on, weld a bit on, whatever. You know, I'm all for that. And yeah, I got the part for it in the end. It wasn't cheap, to be fair, but it is a really nice mower. It's got a nice big 5.5 Honda on it, and absolutely waxy old grass. There's not a lot it don't take on. It's a stupid design. Who designed that then? That's got to come out. Trying to get the screw out of here, and I can't bend the arm. It was a carb. It was wrong. And they said they hadn't received it back. Oh yeah. In the end, they. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never had no problems from a Luke, so I can't go against what you're saying, but you know, everyone is different, right? That's a stupid design. Whoever designed this was stupid, because that don't come off, and it's got to come off. I need to get in there. I'll bend the bits up. I mean, yeah, I've got a bit of congealed stuff in there. I'll take a photo off it like that. I work with so many carburetors now, and they're all different in many ways, despite the fact they're all the same. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm actually doing. Electrical drivers. Yeah. In fact, I was watching a YouTuber the other week. I think he's American. Was it Mowers and Blowers or something like that? And he was on a video. To be fair, hat off to him. He did. he did leave it in the video. He could have edited it out and made it look like a hero, but he didn't. He put it in there and he put he put a screwdriver straight through there. I think he must have edited it out to a certain degree, because it had been me. There'd have been hammers and hammers and jacks and crime flying everywhere. Do you know what I mean? It'd been me, because you know when you really, really, really hurt yourself, and you got people watching. Like now, if I did it now, I'd have to contain myself. Either that, or just push the old red button, because I'm telling you something, there'd be stuff flying everywhere. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, do you remember? Pete, he sliced it, or he done something to it. Oh, that gasket's down where it is. I picked up 2 Honda Pro rollers at the weekend. Good on you. Both drives did nothing. The gearbox lever was at fault on both. Oh, so when you engage it, it just judders. Yeah, that's that. Is that main gear inside the middle loop? Because they do that, don't they? Right, I'm going to put some goggles on here, people, because this is carb cleaner, and when it gets in your eye, it stings, doesn't it? Let's get the dust off. I don't normally wear the old goggles, but carb cleaner is a bit different. Safety first. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. To be fair, Pete, I think he did actually really hurt himself, but that's part of it, mate. Isn't it? That's what it is. Working in close proximity with tools. That's what happens. There's a big clunk of stuff that's come out of that carburetor. Chat amongst yourselves for a minute, just whilst I get this done. I will come back in a minute. WD. What's that bit done? Yeah. Is that are you referring to the actual main gear loop? You know, the bit that the main gear wheel inside the gearbox itself, or yeah, he swims. Yeah, I reckon he bathes in it. Like, I use quite a bit of it, to be fair. I'm not one for this old carb cleaner lot, not really. I know people do with me for it. That's what it is. It should be a bit cleaner in there than that. I'll put that up in there if I can. Better. That's in the chops. That's that bit done. I'm missing one bit. Here it is. What works okay? The WD-40 of a carb cleaner. I've had lots of problems with the carb cleaner, especially on the bowl style carburetors. It expands the O-rings. I might even throw that screwdriver away, because no matter what I put on that, nothing fits that. I don't throw lots of stuff away. Just trying to get into the needle chamber. Oh, my word. That's right in there. Got it. Yeah, but oh, okay. Yeah, WD-40 don't hurt nothing. And as long as you use WD-40, in my opinion, and yeah, slate me if you want to, use WD-40 and back it up with an air compressor if you've got one. I think you get roughly the same results. But I will say, and you know, everyone's right, carb cleaner is a much better cleaning agent, without a doubt. It's designed to be, you know, but you've got to weigh up between the two. Whether you want a clean carburetor or you want one with expanded gaskets on it and rings on it. I have found that some uh, W40s does make the gaskets go a bit more pliable. But I've had it with carb cleaner where it just, how lucky am I? Just blown the world plug straight out the back of that and just saw it through the corner of my eye. Because I've got you guys to come chatting, see that's what it is. What's in there? So yeah, it's some and some in it. And it's also what you can afford, and it's what you can what you're good to work with. That's a mush. So you know, it's what you think works. And Halfords, that's why I got this can from now because it's local. When you know it's there. There's no excuse for them to charge a mortgage for a can of carb cleaner. You know what I mean? I was just chatting to Luke to Pete about it earlier on. Luke, Mrs. P, my missus, is supposed to be getting me one for my birthday. It was my birthday just the other day, so I've ordered, or she's going to be ordering me a 3 litre one off of Amazonian. I think about 80 quid, somewhere in there. People say they change their lives, right? I've never ever used one. I tell a lie, I didn't use an ultrasonic cleaner. I made one. When I used to work on inboards, Stuart Turner 1.5 inboard marine engines, big solid brass engines with a big brass fittings. They were beautiful. They were. We just got a big old 2 litre ice cream tub, filled it with a load of solution. It's mainly comprised of warm water with pure lemon juice, and I just bolted a sander to the bottom of it with no sanding plate on it, just a flat sander, and taped it all together and let that run for 5-10 minutes. Did a good job actually. Same thing effectively, isn't it? But yeah, I've got a 3 litre one coming. I think it's about 70 or 80 quid. I've got I think it's got a heater on it as well. So I've been watching Colin Ketley. He mainly uses just water now, and he gets good results out of it. I think it's all down in the preparation, isn't it? You know, I think if you just get a carburetor and just throw it in there, that's what's, you know, you're not going to get the best results, are you? But if you take a bit of time to strip it down and clean it all up prior, then you stand a much better chance of really having a much better result. You know, I didn't get in there, did I? Let's get in there. Well, I don't think I'm going to get this carburetor much cleaner than what it is new. Let's go through all those holes again. Don't like that. That should go through there. It's a one-way valve. Yeah, so I was just saying to everybody else who's just joined or what have you, I picked up this Titan head trimmer, which is, you know, a screw fix sort of off chuck. But the bloke said he's only used it once. And looking at my state of the carburetor, I would, as in the mouth, I would, as in the face, I would probably agree with him. It has only been used once, but he left the fuel in it over a year. That carburetor stuff, it absolutely ruins my glasses. See, absolutely ruins them. So imagine what it's doing to your gaskets. What we got? Outside cleaner, mower smell, nice and burn off W40. Works on these type. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do, Luke, because at the end of the day, otherwise you lose touch. You know, I like working on carburetors, despite how finicky some two strokes can be. I like working on two strokes. I like working on four strokes. I like working. I like taking stuff apart and the satisfaction you get when you pull that pull cord and it fires straight up. You know, that's lovely. You don't get that with an ultrasonic cleaner. You know, you throw it in a pot and away you go. But each to their own. Whatever works for you guys. You know, I'm fortunate enough. I'm not busy enough to have this as a full-time job, and I'm not busy enough to to have stuff queuing up out the door. So I have the time to sit back and go through it methodically and try and sort it all out. Just want to clean that Welch plug out when I find it. Bear with me. Clean some of that. Get a new rag. You get a new pack of rags too. It will change your life. Apparently so. That's what they say, Luke. That's what they say. I don't know how true it is, but some people they rave about them. Absolutely rave. Be lost without it. Oh, I couldn't manage without that. You know. Especially, I suppose, if you've got a carburetor that's of an age where you can't physically get the bits anymore for it, or you know, the old style V8 ones and what have you, which are a bit more finicky. I understand, but you know, it's a question of you do what you can afford. I mean, but 80 quid, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money if you ain't got it, right? So WD-40 it and do what you can do. You know, what we got? Colin Ketley will change your life. Colin Ketley will definitely change my life. He's actually a real nice fella. I think he's going through a bit in a minute, old Cole, but I've always rang him up to ask him a question, and he's always given me advice, which lots of people don't. Lots of people don't give advice, you know. But he's always had a good laugh and a joke, and what have you. Always had a crack, and you know, nice fella. Colin Ketley will change your life. Yeah, it still doesn't work. Yeah, I've heard that, Luke. Yeah, I've heard that, and I think people just get so wrapped up on going down a local shop or online and picking up the newest carbs cleaning solution. But no, you know, before that, that's all we had. So as long as you're methodical with it and turn it over and give it time to do its job, and you know, I think anything will work as long as you apply enough attention to it. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've got quite a big store now. Now I can bloody move in it. So I'm due to move very shortly. So I'm gonna be rejigging everything in here. I'm only gonna have one workbench rather than three, and all my shelf stacking on the other side. So I'm gonna have the room. I might even have a carburetor area over the far side here, just literally just for cleaning carbs. So the ultrasonic cleaner be on it, and if you're a question to just tip it out, clean it out, turn it on, bish bang bosh. Hi Alan, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you over. It's my stress reliever, yeah. Having carb cleaner in the face is not my stress reliever, I can assure you of that. I need to get that old hater out today and cut my grass with it today. The grass has grown like anything. So I've got to cut that. I've got a big job that's coming as well. Massive job. It's only a lawn job, but it is the grass up to your waist. So I've got to trim all that. So I'll get the hater out today and give that a cut of that'll be about a half-hour run. I'm going to break it in about 20-minute stints, but I'm going to change you all out of it. That's happened about. Yeah, so do, because lots of people say, I know that Colin was saying that, you know, he's had some with heaters on, and he's got old ones as well, which is more like an egg timer version, which doesn't. And he said he just puts lukewarm water in it. So I think it's all subjective, isn't it? Because if it wasn't subjective, then you'd do it how you're supposed to do it. So I think it's what works for you within your environment, and a lot of it depends on the carburetor. If a carburetor is old and porous, perhaps you need a bit more heat. Whereas if it's quite a new carburetor, then like this one, you shouldn't even need any heat. It should break down relatively easy, I would say. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Look, I'm due to cut Friday. I've got 6 lawns to cut over one way, 2 over the other side. And I've picked up this other job. I think someone's just sold a house and they want their house front and back done, a hedge done, all by the weekend. So Friday looks like a good day, so I might try and get that done Friday for them. And then I've got somebody else wants a quote as well. But I'm just a bit dubious to take my hater out at the moment to do it. I want to break that hater in nice and gently. So I'm going to keep it. I had the offer to buy Honda HRX 476 2015-16 model for 400 quid, which is cheap for what it is. I would never pay £400 for a lawnmower. So I was weighing it up, and he wanted my hater. So I thought about it for 2 days, and I just come out and just looked at how well the hater actually cut my lawn, and it cut. In my opinion, it cuts better than the Honda on my lawn. But I'm going to keep the hater. I've worked hard enough for it. I'm going to keep it. Yes, I dare say this one in Halfords is not actually flammable. I dare say it is. Yeah, I don't smoke very much, Luke. Don't ever go at me about it. I do vape as well, but not very often I smoke. But it's what I do. Hi, Alan. How you doing? Nice to see you. Colin Ketley. See, I didn't think he was in here, Cole. I thought that was Luke just for a link for a tab up. But you're actually on one of my live streams. My Lord, it's like having royalty on one of my live streams, Cole. It's like having royalty, Cole. How you doing, Cole? You okay, mate? I know you've been a bit, I won't go into it, but you know what I'm talking about. Are you okay, buddy? Hope you're doing okay. Cole, see that? That's what you need to get. One of these. Cole. You need to get hold of one of these, Cole. These are brilliant. It change your life. I won't go boom. I've got WD-40, carb cleaner, petrol, an old engine sat right on top of a fuel tank. This is how I was brought up. I was brought up in an old smoky shed by an old French boy who was 74 years old in Arundel, working on marine engines. Nothing had safety guards, nothing had clutches. Everything was direct drive. More sockets in the plug, more plugs in the socket than you can get in there. That's just how I was brought up. It's a workshop, right? It's not a business. It's my own little domain, so I can do what I like in it. It's my rules. Cole, get one. I'll post one out to you. Got that hater going, Cole. I don't know if you caught up on any of my videos or not, mate. I know you're a busy boy yourself, but that hater's all up and running, bud. It's got a little tiny bit of tough compression on it, but I'm guessing it's just going to bed in over time. It's nothing I'm concerned about. But I do need. Oh, you're a man to ask, Cole. I do need a new grass bag for it, or second-hand decent grass bag. This one's got a bowler, and it's full of holes and all sorts. Have you got a 48 Pro grass bag? You're only in Essex. I can probably pop up and come and see you if you've got one. It's on my website, mate. Yeah. I haven't got a website. It's exactly it, Luke. I do miss the old boy that taught me the basics and got me interested, because before I got into all this, I was probably heading on a road which probably wasn't going very far, to be fair. I was what they call a bit of a rogue. I think we all were in our day, but I was a bit naughty. And I got a job at a very young age with this fella, and he taught me how to change long shaft into short shaft outboard motors. All taught me all about impinions, taught me all about impellers and cavitations, and how to fix boats, cardboard built hard shines, clinkers, and he really took time to teach me, and I got paid for it as well. £15 a day for 12 hours. That was great. With a free lunch, but he was my inspiration, and without a doubt, the shed I used to work in, it was dingy, it was dark and dingy, and you had to light your lighter to see what you was doing near the fuel tank. You know what I mean? It's that sort of place. But it's what I am now. I've managed to turn it around. I've got my own YouTube channel, which I didn't think I'd ever have anything like this. It didn't even interest me. But the community on here is absolutely brilliant. I don't start. Don't know, Luke. I'll have to look into it. It's the one with the 2 prongs that go down like that. No, like sideways in. Yeah, 2 prongs like that go sideways in. It's not that one. It's that one. I don't know what model it is off the top of my head. But I can buzz you a photograph. I don't know what's happened with my Facebook, Luke. I can't seem to add you, and you can't add me. But when I went on, I got another Facebook channel which I use for Riley's charity work. I went on my phone yesterday and went on and looked for my Riley profile, and I could add him. So it's either yours or it's mine, or it's something to do with that messenger group that you've set up and talked me in. It's something to do with that, I think, mate. Oh, I can't add you. My dad was a car mechanic. Yeah, but the basics is there, isn't it? The basics is there. How to take. I think the biggest accomplishment that we can all do is you can take something apart. You can have a chat. You can go and have a bit of lunch, come back, and you still vaguely remember how it goes back. That's what it's about. If you can take it apart and put it back together, you're halfway home. And if you've got any bits left over, then you've won, haven't you? Because you've made money on bits. Yeah, cool. I found the bags on eBay, but I'm not paying £90 for a grass box. Not paying £90 for a grass box. I only pay £30 for the engine. Want to show up? Definitely. Want to show up? It's just a question of finding it. Right, I'm gonna try and reassemble this car runner now. So what you on today then, Luke? Are you just cutting, or you got edges to do, or what are you up to? I see that ride on you've got. That's not a bad little bit of kit. Was that you paid? Was it 400 or 600 quid for that? That wasn't a bad bit of kit actually. £700, yeah. Oh, not bad that actually. But you didn't say it's going through belts or something. Is that just a poor quality belt you're picking up? Is it, or is it a pulley out of alignment, or something going on with it? I'm actually missing a bit, people. Yes, I'm missing a vital piece. It can't be far. Missing a diaphragm to the goes on top of the gasket. It'll show up. I haven't been nowhere, so it can't be far. Don't say I've lost it. Well, that's debatable. Yeah, I'm missing a bit. Bring my rag back. See what's in here. Where's that gone? Well, now I'm stuck. I'm missing the Where am I? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm missing the read bit that goes on there. It's not here. Oh, it might be a delayed project. I'll pick one up, but it'll probably sharpen a bit. Belt seems okay now. I think my dad was. You're working on a Hater LT324 today, and what's up with that little puppy, Cole? Or did you break it? That's unlike you to work on Haters. So Cole normally work on you like the old 3.5 classics, don't you? Normally, that's normally your game, innit? The old things. Cole, innit, Cole? No, your 3.5 classics. That's what you like working on. Okay, hands up. Who stole that bit of that carburetor? Where's it gone? I've only been sat here. I haven't moved. Oh, phone's ringing. 2 ticks. Roy's a boy. Roy, I'm on a live stream, bud.
Hello, mate. How you going?
I'm all right. Have you nicked my bit to my carburetor?
Have I nicked your bit to your carburetor? How would have I been able to even done that?
Just in case if you'd been inside my shed when I wasn't looking.
Well, it would have been a very long drive to do it. Hello there, everyone on Mick Snowers' live stream.
I can hear you. Oh, that's what I was talking to you about earlier on, actually. Luke, are you subscribed to Roy's a Boy? It might be one good one to add on to the old thing we were talking about the other day. I know he was going to check his end if he was subscribed to you. He couldn't remember. The wiring loom has gone. What's up, Roy? What can I do for you?
I was just ringing you up to say that you might as well carry on with your streaks. I'm not sure if I'm even going to have time to do mine yet now.
Okay, no worries, that's fine. I've been on here 45 minutes or so. Just ratting away. I have noticed, Roy, that you're not actually on my live stream. I shall remember that.
That's because I did say I had a John Deere to service and sort out.
Oh, you're doing John Deere,
it's just taking a bit longer than what it should be.
Well, you need to apply yourself faster.
Well, I will be stopping for my lunch break very shortly.
Right.
So when I'm sitting down, if you're still here, I shall be on your live stream.
I'll still be here because I ain't getting this carburetor done until I find that gasket.
Okay, you might have to make one. Is it?
No, it's one of them plastic jobbies. I might have a carburetor. I might have a carburetor fit on there. Look very, very similar to what I've had before, so I might be able to get away with it and do a proper.
Well, you might have to look back on your live stream to see where it went.
Well, you'd think that Colin Ketley and Luke, who were watching this live stream, would tell where it went.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one, mate. That's what full friends are for.
Yeah, exactly. It'll show up. It really, really can't have gone far.
Right.
But found it. Found it. Panic over. Found it.
See?
There it was.
Apologies, I think, to Luke and
I think the thing is, I don't need to apologise to Colin and Luke because they know that was only made in jest in the first place, don't they?
Well, I'd like to see their comments after
Well,
now.
let's see. Luke says hi, Roy. Colin Ketley's working on wiring loom.
Right.
Yeah, apparently life's hobbies and happenings. That's Luke's channel. One of Luke's channel. He's got about 15 channels. Luke has. Yeah, no, he's got 2, ain't. Yeah, life's hobbies and happenings. Check him out, Roy. If you're not already there, and if it is, then you might be able to join that group I was telling you about earlier on.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, all right, buddy. I'll catch him on live stream.
Yeah. I might even just click on it. Well, here we are.
Polar Bear Ed, how you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you. Are you going on the streaming, Roy?
I'm on the stream right this very moment.
I'll hang up here then, and I'll talk to you on there then.
All right, then, mate.
All right, mate. Talk in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. Where is Roy? Roy is under my desk. No, he's not. I think Roy's just North London somewhere, above London. Can't remember exactly where he is. He's only about 2 hours from me, 2.5 hours. He ain't that far. It's not on the floor. A choke assembly box. That's where it was. It was in there. So I've got a bit of a draft coming through this window. I don't know if you're picking it up, but I've got a bit of a draft coming through. That's why I was a bit concerned it shot off somewhere. You've got to have a bit of banter, ain't you? You can't not have it in this life. You know, you've got to have a bit of banter because it's what makes it enjoyable. If this wasn't enjoyable, I wouldn't do it. So it's got to be enjoyable. And me and Roy, we talk most days. To be fair, most days we have a natter about something, and it's normally small engine related of some description. It's normally with me that I ring him up to give him advice on how to fix something because he does struggle. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about sharing the information, trying to help each other out with spares is a good one as well. Because you know it's hard to get spares at times, and sometimes someone's got something that's sat in their shed, and not going to use it. And it's nice when someone donates a part over, you know. And it obviously it's returned a bit later on when they get stuck. That's what it's all about. Roy's a boy. That's where he's from. Look, he's from there. Yeah, me and Roy, we talk most days. Normally when he gets stuck, he can't do something. But he's a good lad, old Roy. He's a good boy. And you say we chat most days. Have a crack and have a laugh and a joke. Just trying to fit in this needle float. So excuse me if I don't say a lot, because if I don't concentrate, then that's that spring goes underneath it. That spring that everyone hates having. That'll go for a Burton. That can never be that one there. It's got to be that small one. I think this is the fiddly bit. So excuse me if I don't talk to you whilst I was trying to get this in there. That was the wrong screwdriver. That one. Once that's in, I'll come back to you. Oh, see, this is a problem that I have. The size of my hands are like shovels, and when you're trying to work with a screw that's no bigger than a water end of my nose. I think it's one reason why I'm not too keen on the old 2-strokes because my hands are so I've got arthritis in the hands already from working on farm machinery, from driving farm machinery at a young age. The old Massey Fergusons and what have you. Right, that's all working. Roy's a boy. Hi, Roy. The other way around. Yeah, Pete. No, Pete, I haven't. I'm too busy. I will get onto it. All I've got to do is just got to measure the old boss I can't find. It might be I've got a big black tub over here somewhere. It might be in there. I've got to find it. If not, it should show me roughly the wear on the bottom of the shaft. So I've got to measure it. I will get onto it. At the moment, to be fair, the mower sale side of things has slowed right down. As me and Luke were chatting about a little while ago, you know, the places are absolutely flooded with people selling them, which is cool if that's what they want to do. But I just wish they would service their machinery first. Lots of places don't. And I've had quite a lot of work in this year doing service work. Bought this off of Facebook, bought this off of eBay, said it was service, and the spark plug is about 1946. You know, I wish people would service a kit. But a bloke, I was meant to sell a lawnmower yesterday to a bloke, but he decided against it. In the end, he decided to go and buy a brand new one. So I'll just put laugh out loud. Down with him. Oh, there you go. You two ain't far. That's it. So, Luke, when you find that grass box, you can give it to Roy. Roy can drive 2 hours down to me and go from there. Yeah, Snobby's only 6 miles away. That's not bad. Hiya, Max. How you doing? How's the things over the other side of the pond, mate? Are you okay over there, buddy? Max, was that you I was chatting to the other day on or texting about that bent lawnmower blade you had or something? Someone come in a bent crank or bent blade. That was that was rapid. You proper, if that was you, proper smash that up. Yeah, I've got a Spear and Jackson here, Luke. Don't hold it against me. That's what it is. And that vibrates like hell. To be fair, and when you're using it for like an hour off and on, yeah, the old left hand is a bit stinging. Let's see which way that went on. I did make a note of it. Yeah, that way. So that goes that way. That goes that way. Because I'm not convinced that's actually right. I think that's actually wrong. I've got on my diaphragm. It's got a little tiny hole up here, and normally that sits up the top there, lines up with that. But it's not how it come off. So I'll put it back on how it was for now. And if it don't work, then I can at least change it back around later on. It just doesn't look right to me. That's that. That's that. Oh, there's my gasket again. It is a B&Q special. I didn't pay any money for it, Luke. It just come into the shop. I think the bloke, I picked him up. The bloke tried. He had a go at trying to get it to work himself. First mistake. Sorry, the first mistake was buying one. Second mistake was trying to go and try and get it working. He probably bought it brand new and it didn't work from brand new, to be fair. Yeah. I think in the end, I actually put a new carb on it. I've got a carb from like China. And it didn't run perfect. I took it out on a job the other week, just to give it a good run, and after about 5 minutes it played up. But since then I've retuned the carburetor again, because they don't always like being tuned, do they? The Chinese carbs, they don't like being tuned. You can tune them, but they're a bit finicky. They're a bit hit and miss, at the Chinese carbs. So I've retuned it, and it's actually running 100% better. I'll just give it the old tighten it back in and take it out 1.5 turns, and just fine tuned it from there. So it seemed to have done the job. We've got only 50 miles to me, Snobs. Yeah, not far. Come on down. Always welcome. There's always something you can fix. Yes, that was. Oh, it's your blade, believe it or not. Flywheel key was good. Got the blade. I got a new blade and adapter. I was heated it up, stuck her in a vice, and bent her back. And see how much it shakes. Okay, Roy, that's fine. You can work away. Don't forget to hit the like button, Roy. Yeah, work away. Yeah, Roy's doing a John Deere today. Little tractor. All come here. I have about 6 mowers in my shed that need finishing. Well, I can turn up. I can't guarantee we're getting anything done. Me and Colin will probably end up passed out in the back garden somewhere. Thank you, Ed. Thanks for popping in, buddy. It must be earlier. It must be earlier over your way, buddy. Yeah, thanks a lot. Hope all goes well with that. Getting that mower head of yours all tightened down. I see you were starting on it the other day. I hope that all goes all right. Nice to see you over here, buddy. Hi, Richard. Yeah, I'm doing okay, mate. Yeah, I'm just putting back together a carburetor I've been working on a Titan hedge trimmer, extendable one. I just picked it up. I'm gonna have it for myself if I can get it to work. and it's not very old. And I just wanted to give the old carb a clean, because as soon as you hit the old button to give it the old beans, it just cuts out. So I'm just doing a carburetor clean on that at the moment. And I've been using carburetor cleaner, which isn't something you don't often find in my shed. Just want to see which way around that went on that on that boat I took. That way around. So that goes that way. That's what it's all about, making notes, isn't it? There's the olds. There's the olds. That's that way. That's that way. That goes on that way. That goes in that way. Something like that. So hopefully I'll get this one running. I need to cut my hedge anyway. I don't fancy using the old Spear and Jackson for doing that. It means up and down ladder stuff, and I've got a long reach one here. It's even easier. But anyway, going back to what you were saying about B&Q special, yeah, just hideous, aren't they? And why do people do it? You know. But then I suppose it's what you can afford and what you think's a bargain. I was in Lidl's today. Lidl's today, and you can pick up a generator in there. Ain't particularly special. It's a Parkside jobby. For £128, brand new generator. It probably lasts a year. But if you're not going camping, you know, just for a weekend or something, or you've got a party or whatever, you know, and brilliant. Why not? £128, brand new generator. Why not, indeed? John. Hello, John in Leeds. Hi, Mum. Oh, I've got a letter. Oh, that's the gaskets for that old that's the gaskets for that old Honda I've been working on. I think, yeah, they are. So Roy's a boy come up with a good tip actually for these. He says about before you fit these to trace these, and then you've always got copies. So I'm going to do that from now on. It's a good tip actually. I'm working on a Honda at the moment. It's mucking about, sucking too much air in. I've got it running now, but I've had to put the old gaskets in, which I don't like to do. So I'm going to put the new ones in. The new ones I wanted. What did John say again? Let's go back to John. Do you know if all council tips offer to sell? No, they don't, mate. Mine don't down my way. Lots of areas are different. And best thing, just go and ask them anyway. But my way, it's all contracted out to a firm. They go around, pick them all up, and they then sell them on. I mean, might even sell them on as not working, but it all depends on your local area. But I know that my local area, they don't. And I've got about 4 tips around me, and they're all sat in there. They're all sat in there doing nothing, and they just won't sell them on. It's a bit curious. So I missed that hole there. I don't know I did. I've really got it. I'll put carb cleaner in there now because I'm nearly finished. Right, Luke. It's nice to have you on, Luke. Actually, nice to have a chat. We don't often catch each other, do we? Normally we're both busy working bits and pieces. But next time you do a live stream, Luke, or your Friday meal deal shout out, give us a buzz, Luke, or give us a text, and I'll sit on and give you some stick. So that's that carburetor now put back together. I've got to drain the fuel out. I want to see what that fuel looks like. I've got a sneaky feeling he put fresh fuel in it. That's what I think's happening. Let me just grab my fuel container for it. That's a bit dirty. We'll be able to see what's going on, don't we? Yep, sorry about that. Let me grab this old tool. Where'd I put it? There it is. Ah. So that fuel looks like. I don't think it looks too bad. I think he's been a bit of a sneaker. I think he put fresh fuel in it. There seems to be a lot of oil around by the cap. I think it's around about 50 to 1 mix. I dare say. No, that's gone. Oh, that's gone. That's really bad. That smells like tarnished vinegar. That'll go in my old spent fuel tub just for cleaning. Get rid of that. I'll mix up some fresh fuel. I've got some bit of old 40 to 1 there. I don't want to use that. I'll put 50 to 1 in it. There we get on. I've got some spare 40 to 1 somewhere else actually, which I did for a chainsaw the other day. Yes, over there. Alright, quick question. Anyone know what that Titan runs on without me looking at it? Titan pulsar, 50 to 1, 25 to 1, 40 to 1. Just wondering if you could help us. My uncle has got a Flymo R1460P with a Tecumseh engine. It works fine but vibrates like mad. Would you happen to know? That might be wrong with it. Yeah, so Tecumseh engines are not my favourite in the world. I do work on them. But if it's vibrating like anything, you need to check all the centrifugal forces. So it could be the shaft going down, could be bent. It could be the blade. What sort of blades it got on it? Has it got a metal blade on it, or has it got like plastic or two metal thin blades, or is it one solid blade goes across the whole lot? Run mix ratio 40 to 1. That's 40 to 1. Yeah. I'll put it in a minute. I normally find they work better on 50 to 1 rather than 40. But I run it what they say. Yeah, it's a metal blade, solid blade, goes across. Okay, so I mean, all I'll say to you is number one, has he or have you hit something with the blade? A tree stump, a rock, anything like that? And if so, did the engine cut out when that happened? I'm assuming you can start it because it's vibrating. So it could be that the blade has had a significant injury done to it, and it's heavier one side than it is the other. Yeah, it says 40 to 1, Cole, on it, but I'm going to run 50 to 1. A lot of the stuff that I get in at 40 to 1 tends to be very, very boggy. So I'm going to run it at 50, mate. But it does say 40 to 1 on there, babe. I run chainsaws at 40 to 1, but I might run that a little bit richer, a little bit leaner. It won't hurt it. So yeah, Rich. Yeah, you need to tip the mower up on its sides and see underneath it, and check that blade. It sounds like either the blade is bent, or it's missing a lump, or the shaft is actually you've got a bent crank. You can get, if I find it, should be in here. It wasn't here. I've had a tidy up, so it probably ain't. What I've done with that? Oh, might be in the top box. Yeah. So if you take the blade off, Rich, and take the spark plug off first, all that stuff, and you can get one of these. It's called a blade balancer. And all you do is you put the blade on top, and that'll give you a true reference of whether the blade is heavier like one side, not even just on the ends, but on the front and backs as well. You can just put it on a nail hanging on the wall. However, by doing that, will only give you the readings for left and right side of a blade. But by using one of these, it'll give you left and right side, front and backs. And as long as that's completely in the center, then it'll be fine. But it sounds to me the vibration can only be coming from one of the main centrifugal forces, which would be the shaft or the blade attached to it. So if a blade is mullered, you can try just whacking a new blade on it. But if a blade is relatively good or is good, then what you can do is if you get a piece of string and then attach the string to the top and bottom of the mower deck on its side, so it runs through the center of the nut on the blade, and with the spark plug out, slowly turn the blade, and you'll be able to see if, put a mark on it in the middle of the string, you'll be able to see if the shaft is bent, and if it is bent, then you've got a bent crank. And there are ways of fixing it. You can buy a crank straightening device for £450, or you can do it the old-fashioned way with a sledgehammer and a bit of brute force ignorance. But it sounds like you've got a bent crank or the blades at it. I dare say it has some kind of knock if it's vibrating like hell. Or I tell you, it could also be because it's a fly mow. It could also be if it's dirty underneath because it's hovering. Not like a standard mower. Because it's a hover, it could be a lot of dirt underneath it on one side, and that could be throwing it off. So give it a good clean off and check what I just told you about, and then go from there, I suppose, buddy. That's about the best advice I can give you. But this place here, I've got 15 people in here apparently, and there's people in here who have got way more experience than me, especially Colin Ketley, and he will argue that fact, but it is true. All right, that goes on there, Cole. Let's put that in there first. Got to go and do some work now. Yes, mate. Fantastic to see you, Cole. We'll chat again soon, eh, bud? Nice to have you in, buddy. Look after yourself, buddy. So I'm just refitting this throttle line to this carburetor now. I appreciate you can't see what's going on really, but I might be able to tip down a smidge. So get a bit more involved, maybe. Should have done it from the start, shouldn't I? That's gone in. That's the first mistake of the day. You got to do that once the carburetor's on. I'll try to be a bit saucy there and try and get it to work. Just being lazy. Righto, Max, nice to see you. And I'll catch you on the flip side another day, buddy boy. Look after yourself. Don't work too hard. I don't like this carburetor. I'm just attaching the throttle system to it now. Going or not? Yeah, it is. So currently I'm up to around about just over 600 subs, which is cool. I didn't think we'd ever get that far, me and Riley boy, but we have. And that's all down thanks to you guys for showing my support. So we're over halfway to the big 1,000 marker. We'll get there. I expect by next year somewhere. I'm definitely enjoying doing it. If you keep talking like that, you won't be able to get my head through the door. I've learned everything I know from your DVD website. Oh, you are funny, Carl. You are funny on Thursdays. What's today? Wednesday. I'll send you one through the post, Carl. So that's the carburetor all on now. I've got to mix up some 50 to 1. It does say 40 to 1, and like Cole said, 50 to 1. And because it says 40 to 1, I'm going to go against the grain and put 50 to 1 in it. So that's pretty much what I run all my 2-strokes at. Even sometimes my chainsaw gets a bit of 50 to 1. And I've had that 3.5 years, and it's never ever hurted it. So there's not a lot of difference in it. What do you think? The old signal's dropped out a smidge. Oh, it's come back, I think. Yeah, it's come back. Good. I'm going to buy one of them things that Roy's and Boys said about the old Wi-Fi extenders. But when I move down the bottom of the garden, I think we're going to be stuffed. I don't know if we're going to do that. Because I'm going to be about 150 feet away. So you run everything at 40 to 1. See, 40 to 1 is very, very smoky. But is that because everything should be at 40 to 1? Or what? Because some of the stuff over here is 50 to 1. Hi, Peter. Yeah, actually, we've already discussed it. And despite the fact we're going on holiday for a break, because doing this is actually hard work. I mean, I know I do pump the old videos out, but it is actually quite hard work doing the old videos. But yeah, we probably will do a bit of time together and do a couple of vlogs. Show Riley Boy enjoying himself. So yeah, we can't wait. We fly away very, very soon. It's all paid for. All the insurance is all done. Airport parking's paid. We are actually good to go. So yeah, we cannot wait. We're literally on countdown. And Riley thinks he's going to Turkey every day. Turkey tomorrow. Turkey tomorrow. Turkey tomorrow. That's what I get out of him. So he's absolutely buzzing at the minute, which is good. You're looking at 40 to 1. I would have done 40. What, 40 to 1, Roy? I'm going to go 50 to 1. I'm going to go against what you say. It says 40 to 1 on it. I should say petrol mixture with a ratio of 40 to 1. I've got some 40 to 1 here. I could always put it in, I suppose. I think it'd run at 50 to 1 better. Tends to be a bit boggy on 40 to 1. Snobby. Let the thumbs up, buddy. Got lots to do. Laters, everyone in the chat. Yeah, later on, buddy boy. Look after yourself. Don't work too hard. Thanks for the old thumbs up. That's much appreciated. It all helps. Exactly that. I mean, we're talking. There's 50 to 1 there, and there's 40 to 1 there. You're talking about another 3 milliliters, if that. You know, it's. I don't think it's worth splitting hairs about. But sometimes, I do find it they run a bit better when they're just a little bit more leaner. I've got the 40 to 1 here, so I'll chuck the 40 to 1 in. There you go. That's that sorted. Right. What's next? That's working. That's what is that on there? Yeah, that's working. Just got to hook up the old choke. That's a fraudulent number. It says possible fraud, which means block it and don't answer it. Lots of them about at the moment. So just attaching the old air box. I purposely left the fuel tank undone so all that can evaporate out what was in there. You're eating lunch now, Roy. What are you eating? Anything yummy? Nice little tip for you when you're doing these little nuts on streamers and what have you. If you put a bit of cotton wool in the bottom of there, as you can see, the nut then only sits just flush. It's a pain in the bum to get out later on if you need to get it out, but it's a good little idea when you're trying to get that nut on. My hands are too big. I can't get my hands in there. A cheese roll, no pickle. I don't want to go on there. There you go. No pickle. Well, I don't wait yet. What is the old time? 2:15. Right, that's choking. Still a bit of fuel actually in that primer bulb. So I'll get rid of that before I because the primer bulb's separate on these. I'll get rid of that before I put any fresh fuel in. I was just introducing the same stuff as before. Hold on. Right, tank completely empty. I can see the fuel filter that's on, and I've got a return hose, big long return hose on there. It doesn't even be that long. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to pick one up, Roy. I'm going to pick one up, buddy. I think. I don't know what I'm going to do when I move my shed, though, Roy. It's the only problem. I might have to buy myself a massive, big, long bit of internet cable and put it under the old garden and run it down to my router. That's going to be a long bit. That's going to be about 200 feet. Because I don't think it's going to run all the way down the bottom of the garden. That's why I decided to move my shed to a new location. I think I'm going to. Because then it separates my mower stuff from the rest of the world. Hi, DIY Lad. How you doing? I'll try it first, yeah. Can you? I wonder if you can buy two. Would two link off of that? I don't know. Or might be able to run it off of that and then use my phone as a hotspot to link to it. Maybe that would work. I'm just working on a hedge cutter. That fuel line feels a bit gammy. It feels like it's going to pack up at any next moment, but I'll give it a go with it. Trying to get into a habit of using funnels, not making no mess. Roughly a full tank of juice. That'll help it on its merry way. Breezies, how you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you popping in. Just working on a little trimmer. Picked up a long reach hedge cutter. And he says he only used it once, and to be fair, I do actually believe him because of the blades are pristine, absolutely pristine condition on the blades. I've got to check the gearbox out in a bit. That'll tell me the truth. Right, that's that done. That's all cleaned up and finished. Give it a run in 2 ticks. See how she gets on. We'll tidy up. I was saying to some of you guys earlier on these. I picked these up from Tesco's in the UK. The little ratchet spanners. I think they're about 12 or 13 quid. Set of about 8. Got that spare, but I don't think that belongs to anything of mine. No, I don't. I'm sure I don't. I'll find out. I'll put it back together in a minute. I think I know what it's off. It's off of a chainsaw. Screwdrivers, pliers. I think Brandon, I think my boy's got dentist today. Sure he has. Cut peel interest in some mowers, which is good. Some gaskets there for Honda. Screwdriver away. I've had a right proper tidy out in the old shop since the hate is now gone. I've now got all that space down there. I put my table to one side now, and we've got loads of room to move about now. So I've had a right old tidy up, which is good. Long overdue, and now I'm going to be a bit more ruthless because eventually this white workbench over the side here, that's going to go. That's coming out of it. I mean, all these shelf stacking systems, I've got 4 of them. They should fit all down at one side, and that'll then free up this entire lot. This table here will go over the other side near the window to give me more natural light coming in. And then I can start to build a new floor down the bottom of the shed, bottom of the garden, to move my shed down the bottom because the floor is absolutely smashed. It's cut into 4 sections, and it's got no structural integrity to it. Deal, I'll be back. Right, shall I give this a fire up, see what happens? It's been sat for a year, he said, or over a year. It was running, but as soon as you hit the old power button, it didn't want to know. So let's give that a fire up, see what happens. Hopefully she'll run. If not, it'll be another carburetor job. Hopefully she'll run. Let's have a little look at it. All right, we've got a priming carburetor. Just checking for air leaks. Nothing seems to be leaking. Turn that on. What we got? Cold start and warm start, anywhere in between, it says. That's on, that's on, that's on. Diaphragm might have had it. That's all I was doing earlier on. Yeah, diaphragm's had it. I might just try, before I give up on it, and just try and retune that carburetor. See what happens. See if we can't get the tune off of it. I didn't remember seeing a tune on it, but we'll have a look. No way to tune it either. So capped off. Might have to take that cap off. If it'll come off. No. I don't want to pay another carburetor for it, really, if I don't have to. Might just try and get some new gaskets for it. The carburetor was good. That's what happens when you leave it running, leave it standing for a year. Yeah, I think if I just tune that car, if I get a cap off of that, that should come off. I should be able to tune that up. I think it's just a little bit dopey, a bit like me. But it does run flat out, but it's still very slow to respond. So I should get a tuning. Ah, hello, niece. How you doing? And come and say hello. Yeah, on here, look, come and see. This is my little niece, Lily Bub. She's come and say hello. Come here. Everyone can see you on here. They'll say, everyone say hi, Lily. That's right. She won't hurt you. Trying to be doggy. She won't hurt you, sweetheart. She won't hurt you, baby. She won't hurt you. Right, look on here. Look on here. She's going out. That's fine. Doesn't like dogs. Everyone say hi, Lily. And they'll say hello in a minute. There you go. Roy's a boy. Says hi, Lily. Wave. Wave. How you doing? You're very hot and sweaty, aren't you? We come round here for him. Come say hello.
But we left Nana keys at home.
You've left Nana at home?
No, we left Nana keys at home.
You left Nana's keys at home?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's not good, is it? So how's Nana? What? Nana's here, isn't she? Yeah, Nana's here. All right. Well, you got a packet of Crispies yet? Do you want a packet of Crispies? Yeah, cool. Go and get a packet of Crispies. Right, I'll see you soon. Pull your dress down and your pants are hanging out. That's little Lily Bubs. She's cool. She's absolutely terrified of dogs. She won't notice her up. 2 seconds. Absolutely terrified of dogs. Dog's 15 and a half years old. Can't see, can't hear. And Lily's terrified. So, what we got? Hi, Breezy. Have to run. Hi, DLY. It's going to say the same. Say the same what we're saying. Did I miss something? Can I go up on the old chats? Have a look. Hi everyone, Breezy. I don't know about DLY. I was going to say the same. Yeah, I think it wants a tune. Hi horses, how you doing? It's running, and I can run it pretty much flat out, but on half choke. But I think it just wants a bit of a tune. It's got one of them silly no touching tuning carburetor attachments to it, which you can't get into without the right plug, which is unfortunate. But I'll definitely better get it up and running properly. And for what I pay for it, it's cool. Yeah, it just wants a tune. I'll get that tuned up. It's running. That's why I left it. Yeah, it's running at about quarter choke, and it should pretty much tick over bang on. So it might want a bit of good fuel going through it. I might just be rev its head off for a little while on. Is the muffler plugged up? Are you on about the spark plug arrestor? I don't think it is, because literally it's done no work. I'll take it apart. I don't know. They don't all have them over here. Some do, some don't. Chainsaw have them. I'll have a little look at it. It's a bit warm in a minute. It's only a couple of Torx bolts. I can get in there and just have a look. But a lot of them don't have a spark. You mean spark plug arrestor? Is that what you're on about? Muffler plug. Yeah, I assume that's what you mean. We don't all have them over here. I'm not seeing one in there. But I'm sure it'll go. Where it is running, it doesn't like to idle right up on tick over. But I'm sure it will improve. But I do also think that it needs new diaphragms as well. It was a bit of a tune. She's a bit dopey on the pickup, a bit like me. I don't think it's got a spark plug arrestor on it. I'll have a look, but they don't always. But this has done nothing. In fact, that's probably about the second time it's been used in its life. So I don't think it is that. I think because it's had the old fuel left in it over the course of a year, all that fuel's been sat in that carburetor, and it's made our diaphragms go a bit less responsive. So I might just go onto the old eBay and pick up some diaphragm gasket set for it, put that in, because the carburetor itself actually I think is really good. So I'll probably get a set of diaphragm gaskets for it for about £2 or £3, and I'll just fit a new Welch plug, new float needle in it, and new gaskets, diaphragms, and all the rest of it. If them little reeds inside the carburetor on my gasket, on the diaphragm side, are just ever so slightly worn, it just won't respond. I don't have any spares. I thought I ordered some spares for a similar carburetor, which should be in a day or two, but I'll just order some up. It runs for now. I can test it and try it and see what happens. But all in all, I'm relatively happy. So it wasn't even doing that earlier on, so I have improved it. It makes want a good run as well, just to run it all through, and it may start to fix itself. But it's starting on the button. But like most two-stroke stuff, if you leave the fuel in them over the winter, the fuel just congeals, eats the fuel lines, you know, and ruins the carburetors up. And before you know it, you've got a machine that don't work. It's much easier if you're not going to use a machine, your two-stroke machine at the end of the season. Just tip the fuel out, run it dry, and then and leave it. I fired up my Briggs 5.5 intake the other day. Planning using it as a mini bike engine. Cool. What else? I think I saw that. Was that little black engine horses? Sure, I see that little black. Yeah, had a black pull cord assembly and black muffler. Sure, I see that on the Hangouts. You had it ticking over. So that's pretty much all I got for today. I'm going to take that head cutter outside and give it a whirl, just see if I can't get it to run it a bit sweeter. It's a toss up between the two. I'll be the new gaskets on it or tune. And with the amount of work it's done, which is nothing at all, it is brand new. Only been used once, but I'm guessing it's going to be because of the fuel's been left in it. I can't see that even the carburetor would need tuning. But even so, sometimes, yeah, I did see that engine horses. Sometimes even the machines you get out of the shops, you know, they run okay, but you still find a room in there to tune them up to make them pick up quicker and to peak as well. Lots of stuff I've bought brand new from out of shops. I've always tuned the carburetors anyway because they come factory setted, don't they? And I like to tune my own carburetors up to have it working how I want it to work. So I'm looking forward to using that anyway because it just says, so my hedge is probably about in places 9 to 12 feet tall, and just says get my ladder out with my hand trimmer. What's that say, Pete? The muffling? What, the spark plug arrestor, Pete? But yeah, definitely, it's a good quick fix. But for what it costs in the UK for a set of diaphragms, that's a readily available machine. You can pick them up, you know, for about 100, 140, 150 quid. So the parts of them are readily available, and you can just literally get them for about 3 or 4 quid off of eBay or something like that, and they'll be a day after tomorrow. And I'll just strip it back down again. There wasn't a lot of dirt in there. The carburetor itself, because he said it was new, the carburetor itself wasn't plugged up as much as what I've seen before, which tells me the fuel's just been sat in that chamber, and it's just made, especially the diaphragm with the metal plate underneath it, it's made that go a little bit stiff. So it's not got or saggy. It's not got as much flex behind it as I would like. That's probably why it's not picking up. It's idling, which makes sense. But as soon as you ask it to give it more, then that diaphragm needs to flex. And if it's not flexing, it's not going to push the fuel through quick enough for it. So I think that's what it is. But just the diaphragm's actually shot on it. But I'll pick one up and go from there, I suppose. I've got Mrs. P. She'll be home in about 10, 15 minutes. And Riley Boy will be an hour after that. But yeah, I'm the same horses. I always readjust mine. I mean, it's done by a couple of machinists that are how they're trained to do it. I couldn't tell you, as long as they get it roughly right. But it's never trained as good as my ear, you know, and that's the same with you, isn't it? You would tune yours to sound and how you wanted to run. So, and the problem is over here in the UK, they manufacture so many different style of carburetors, and they change the tuning ends on them every year. So you end up purchasing carburetor tuning kits. This one's got like a circular with one notch cut in it. I've not got one of them for it. So I have to pick one of them up if I can. You might be able to buy a kit nowadays, I suppose, like a multi-tool that you can have a different arrangement of stuff. So I might pick one of them up possibly. But it runs. I'm happy with it. It's doing more than it was doing about 2 hours ago, and I picked it up. It would barely even start. So at least I'm getting some revs out of it. It's just not peaking out. So not a problem. I'll get around to it. Right, people, I'm going to leave it all there. Thanks for coming along and sitting and listening to me for 1 hour 46 minutes. It's been quite nice to have someone to chat to in the shed. Don't forget to give the old thumbs up on your way out before you shut the old door. That'd be much appreciated. It just helps towards the growth of the channel, and the more likes I get, the more videos people see, and so it all builds. So don't forget, on your way out, before you turn the lights off, just give the old like button a good smash for me. That's good, and leave any comments in the old section below once it's been uploaded. That'd be really good. Yeah, I'll see you later on, matey. I will tell Riley hi. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, I adjust all mine by sound too. So thank you very much for popping on today's live stream. I'll probably do another one next week at some point. I don't plan to do my live streams. It's just a spur of the moment thing. Everyone's out of the house. No one's using the internet, so it's a quick and easy thing for me to do. And it's sometimes easier than having to edit films up. I've got about 4 or 5 videos all ready to go. Still got to be uploaded. I'll do them over the next course the next week or two. Some good ones and some not so good ones. But that's what it is, I suppose. So thank you very much, people. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the way, as I said, and I'll catch you all on the next one. But until then, don't forget, take it easy.